Hey traders, Mike from CapitalHillFX. We're here on Sunday afternoon, a couple hours before the markets open, and we're just going to run through this weekly market analysis, some potential setups that I'm looking for this upcoming trading week. So without further ado, let's jump into TradingView and take a look at this. So we're going to start off on my high priority, then move through the medium and low priority. So I'm going to run through this analysis very quick just to get a brief overview of what I'm looking for this upcoming trading week. And for those of you who don't know my trading strategy, I just look for daily horizontal levels, and I wait for price to come up to these horizontal levels, and I will monitor the price action around these levels, usually on the hourly time frame. If price is around a significant resistance level, I'm looking for a sell. And if it's around a significant support level, I'm looking for a buy. It's as simple as that. Buying at support and selling at resistance. It's never been more simple because I don't think that trading has to be so complex with all these different indicators and all these different confluences. Although confluences are nice, it could be very simple as buying at support and selling at resistance. If you want to look at my live analysis and live trade orders, make sure to head over to my Discord server. The link is in the bio, and join the analysis and join the conversation with the community chat. So let's actually jump into this analysis. So we're here on GBP Canadian dollar. We could see that we do have a significant daily horizontal level that has been established. We have had significant rejection at this level in the past, and we are coming up to this level for the time being. I did place a trade order around this significant horizontal level last week, and I did get stopped out of this level. We could go down to the hourly time frame and take a look at this trade order. So it was just a significant bounce off of this daily horizontal level, and I do use this indicator. I don't like to say indicator. It's more of an identifier than an indicator. And the reason I call it an identifier is just because we are identifying the price action around these significant horizontal levels. And the only thing that this indicator is doing is identifying the price action around these levels. So we could see that we do have a bearish engulfing showing around a significant horizontal resistance level. That's why I placed a sell. And we could see that price just snap back to this significant resistance level. And we could see we're showing a lot of bullish price action around this horizontal level. And we don't like to see a lot of bullish price action around significant resistance levels. This ended up stopping out, but even if I was thinking about re-entering into this trade now, I wouldn't, just because we are showing so much bullish price action. And usually we are showing bearish price action around significant resistance levels. That gives us a good indication that price is going to move towards the downside. So that's why I'm actually staying out of this trade for the time being, just because I'm not seeing the bearish price action that I would like to see around these significant daily resistance levels. So for the time being, I'm going to stay at GBP Canadian dollar unless we actually begin to show that clear bearish price action that I would like to see, that price is not closing past this significant horizontal level, continuously failing, creating lower highs and lower lows. In that case, I may look for a potential sell opportunity. But for right now, it doesn't look very developed for a sell opportunity. So I'm staying out of GBP Canadian dollar for the time being. Moving on to NZD Canadian dollar. NZD Canadian dollar was very similar to GBP Canadian dollar just because we are around a significant daily horizontal resistance level. And for the most part, this is near the same setup. Although on NZD Canadian dollar, we could see that we are sort of intruding in this level way deeper than GBP Canadian dollar. So this could actually be seen as a break and retest, although it is a very slight break. Usually when I look for break and retest, I like for the candle closure to actually fully close past the level before looking for a retest back for a potential bullish rejection back towards the upside. In this case, it doesn't look like the candle really closed past the level, right? It's sort of a sketchy close because we could see that this was the candle closure that actually broke through the level. And some may say that that's not even a full break, right? If we actually extend this level a little bit to the previous support level, we can see that it could still be potentially rejecting off of this zone. So if we dig down to the hourly time frame, we could see on the hourly time frame that we still are getting some type of bearish price action. We have a bearish engulfing, price pushed up to put in a new higher high, but then we also put in a tweezer top and then followed with a bearish engulfing. So this is a very interesting setup just because even though it could be a potential break and retest towards the upside, we also could be potentially rejecting around this significant daily resistance level. I'm going to be looking for potential sell opportunities. I am just not bought on the bullish break and retest. I am looking for potential sell opportunities towards the downside just because I do believe that we could just be pushing into this zone very aggressively. Especially we did have a very aggressive bullish push towards the upside. It makes sense that we could potentially head back towards the downside for a bearish correction move. So I am going to be trying to monitor the bearish rejection around this significant horizontal resistance level on NZD Canadian dollar. So I am going to be monitoring bearish rejection around significant daily resistance levels on GBP Canadian dollar and NZD Canadian dollar. Now, considering Canadian dollar is in both quote currencies in both of these currency pairs, I'm going to be not only filtering which setup looks better and validating the setup before I enter any one of these currency pairs, but if I decide to enter both of these currency pairs, I'm going to make sure to mitigate the risk and allocate less risk to whichever currency pair I'm going to be entering. So GBP Canadian dollar, NZD Canadian dollar. Then we have Euro GBP. Let's take a look at what I'll be looking for on Euro GBP. And again, most of the analysis that I'm looking at all of these currency pairs start off on the daily time frame. That's the bread and butter, my daily time frame. So we can see we are coming to a daily support resistance level on Euro GBP. We can see we've bounced at this level multiple times, and we seem that we are having sort of some type of bullish rejection when we sneak down to the hourly time frame. We can see that we presented bullish wicks and bullish engulfing candles. Now, we are having a difficult time actually closing past this level, but with that being said, we still are creating a lower high and lower low continuously. We could see lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. We could potentially put in another bearish impulse to put in a new lower low. So before I go in for a buy order on this significant horizontal level, I will be looking for multiple rejections away from this significant horizontal level, just because, like I said, we could potentially create another bearish impulse. So I will want to see if we could push into this zone again and reject again. If we reject away from this level yet again, not only will we have rejected once, twice, but this will be the third time that we rejected away from this level, which gives me a good indication that we could actually bounce at this level to create a bullish impulse to wipe out the previous lower highs. So I will be looking for some type of bullish price action around this significant horizontal level on Euro GBP before I look to buy towards the upside. Euro USD, we are floating around another daily resistance level, sort of the same setups as GBP CAD and NZDCAD, just floating around a significant daily horizontal level. But this seems a little bit more significantly broken on the daily time frame, because we could see that we have treated this level as support, clearly as support in the past. We could see we just wicked here, bam, bam, and then also as a resistance level here. But we could see that we did reject briefly before actually popping back above and testing the previous highs and potentially testing the support level. So we have a lot going on here, because not only are we testing this support level, but we could be potentially testing this minor resistance level. So considering there isn't a clear bias of what price could do, not only are we rejecting away from this support level to potentially head towards the upside, but we are testing this minor resistance level to potentially head towards the downside. So considering there's a lot going on Euro USD and we don't have a clear bias of where price could potentially head, I'm just going to stay out of it, considering it could either go towards the upside because we have a break and retest of the support level, or it could go towards the downside because if we sneak down to this 4-hour time frame, we could see that we are beginning to bearishly reject away from these previous highs. So considering we do have biases from both ends, it's best to just stay out of those types of markets instead of guessing which one's going to work out. So Euro USD, I'm going to put this in the low priority and sort of make sure that we don't look at that until we have a clear breakout in either direction. Once we have a clear breakout in either direction, then we'll be able to make a better bias of where price could potentially head. So for right now, Euro USD is going to be out of my priority, and I'm going to switch to AUDUSD. Now, AUDUSD looks better for a sell opportunity. If we go to the daily time frame, we can see that price is around a significant daily resistance level, and it is a very similar setup to Euro USD, as we have treated this level as support and resistance, but we can see we haven't really broken through this level, and we are meeting previous highs, and we're beginning to reject around these previous highs. If we go down to the hourly time frame, we can see that price has had significant bearish price action around this daily horizontal level and these previous highs. We could see all the red identifiers, I like to call them, and all of the bearish price action that is sort of developing around the significant horizontal level. If we do print another bearish candle, whether it's a bearish engulfing, a nice bearish wick around the significant horizontal level, I will be looking to place a sell order around this significant horizontal level with the stop loss right above the level and the take profit at around a 1 to 1.5 risk to reward ratio. This setup, in my subjective opinion, looks the most developed and looks like it could play out when market actually opens. So I'm definitely going to be keeping my eyes peeled for AUDUSD. Now I'm just going to dip into the medium priority very briefly, just because these aren't setups that I'm looking to execute on right when the market's open. These 4 setups that I have at the top of my list, AUDUSD, GBP Canadian dollar, NZD Canadian dollar, and Euro GBP, are those high priority setups that I will be looking for. But now let's go into the medium priority setups. And I'm going to do this all in the daily time frame. I'm not going to be sneaking down to the hourly time frame, because you'll be able to get the gist of the setups just by the daily time frame. So here on NZDJPY, I'm waiting for price to sneak up to these previous daily highs before I'm monitoring bearish price action towards the downside. AUD NZD, we are steadily creating lower highs and lower lows. I will be waiting for price to meet these previous lows, this daily support level. We did just wipe out this level. I don't really like this level that much anymore. I'm waiting for price to come down to this significant horizontal level where we've had support and resistance created in the past. So I will wait for price to come down to this significant horizontal level. GBP AUD, and I apologize that my computer's moving a little slow. I have a lot of tasks running right now. GBP AUD, I'm waiting for price to meet these previous highs before looking for bearish price action towards the downside. USD Canadian dollar. Let's see what's going on in the USD Canadian dollar. We are beginning to push back up towards the upside, just waiting to see if we could test these previous highs where we've rejected already in the past. We've established this as support, and resistance, looking to see if we could test this as potential resistance for the downside movement in the future. Euro JPY, looking to see the setup that could potentially play out on Euro JPY. We can see that we're continuously rejecting around this significant horizontal level. I'm going to see if we could meet these previous highs and reject around this significant resistance level before looking for potential downside movement. And a lot of you may be asking, why aren't you looking to buy around this level, Mike? Reason being is because we've already rejected around this level, and look at all of these sort of bearish wicks around this significant horizontal level, which is giving me good indication that price has to move lower before we actually move higher. So if we do end up moving higher up to these previous highs, I am going to be placing a sell. But if we end up breaking through this significant horizontal level like I anticipate, I'll be waiting for a retest of this significant horizontal level before looking to place a sell order towards the downside. So either price is going to come up to these previous highs, in which I will be looking for bearish price action around the significant horizontal level, or price will break through the significant horizontal level and I'll be waiting for a retest before monitoring bearish price action towards the downside. Then last but not least, I'll be looking at GBP JPY. I'll be waiting for price to meet the previous daily highs on GBP JPY before looking for potential downside movement on GJ. So this is all the analysis that I have for you guys for this week. Again, I share all of my analysis in my free Discord server. If you haven't joined this Discord server, there's no reason why you shouldn't. Free community chat, free trading analysis, free trade orders, free educational content, a bunch of free. So make sure you join the Discord server if you haven't already. This is Mike from CapitalHillFX. I hope you all have a phenomenal trading week. Cheers.